NVIDIA's earnings this quarter and what's coming next? Let's hear it from Nong L and PM. Earning Review Podcast, the true big player.
Welcome to the deep dive. You know, the pace of innovation, especially artificial intelligence, it just feels relentless, doesn't it? Like every day there's something new, some new capability. So today we're diving into the latest results from a company right at the heart of it all, NVIDIA. We're going to unpack their Q2 fiscal year 2026 report. Just came out, got the press release right here. It's packed with numbers, strategic moves, and it gives a fascinating look at where the whole industry seems to be heading. Okay, so our mission here is simple. Cut through the jargon, the raw data, and really help you understand not just what happened, but why it's significant, and what fascinating trends these results might reveal for AI and, well, beyond.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, these quarterly reports, especially from a company like NVIDIA, they really do serve as a kind of pulse check for the entire tech sector, given how central they are to, well, the whole AI ecosystem. So we'll be trying to connect the dots between their performance and those broader technological shifts we're all watching. It's definitely more than just the numbers. It's like a window into the infrastructure being built right now.
Okay, so let's jump straight into the big numbers then, the ones that really grabbed our attention from this Q2 report. NVIDIA reported revenue of $46.7 billion for the quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, staggering number. That's up 6% from just the previous quarter. And get this, 56% up from a year ago.
56%. That's huge year-over-year growth.
Right. Those aren't just figures. They really paint a picture of incredibly rapid expansion. Sustained expansion. And here's where it gets really interesting. The engine behind this, it's the data center segment, massively driving this. Brought in $41.1 billion, just that segment.
Almost all of it.
Exactly. That's up 5% sequentially from Q1, and also up a stunning 56% year over year. Same as the overall company growth. And within that, they even broke out the Blackwell data center revenue.
Oh.
That specifically grew 17% sequentially.
17% just quarter over quarter for Blackwell.
Yeah. It's crystal clear where the power is flowing.
Okay.
And it's not just revenue. Profitability is strong too. Gross margins holding steady, 72.4% GAAP, 72.7% non-GAAP.
Which is very healthy.
Very healthy. Non-GAAP adjusts for things like stock compensation, one-off costs, diluted earnings per share, $1.08 GAAP, $1.05 non-GAAP at GAAP. So strong performance all around.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture for you, I mean, these figures aren't just NVIDIA being successful. They reflect this, well, immense and ongoing investment in AI infrastructure globally. The sequential and the year-over-year growth tells you this is sustained high-velocity demand. It seems to go beyond typical market ups and downs. It really signals a structural shift, not just some temporary spike.
That's a great point, a structural shift.
Yeah, and the sheer dominance of that data center revenue, especially with Blackwell growing so fast, it just underscores its position as the kind of foundational technology for almost every advanced AI application that's emerging today.
Foundational technology.
Yeah.
That perfectly leads into the next big piece. Blackwell itself. It feels like the heart of this AI revolution based on this report. Jensen Huang, NVIDIA's CEO, he put it very directly. Quote, Blackwell is the AI platform the world has been waiting for, delivering an exceptional generational leap. Production of Blackwell Ultra is ramping at full speed and demand is extraordinary.
Yeah.
And he also said, the AI race is on and Blackwell is the platform at its center.
Strong words.
Very strong. So what does this generational leap actually mean in the real world? How does it translate?
Well, what makes Blackwell so central, I think, it's not just a product release, right? It's an entire ecosystem. It's designed to accelerate basically everything AI related. That generational leap Jensen mentions, that's crucial. It means they're not just doing small improvements. They're setting completely new benchmarks. Yeah. And industries around the world are adopting them incredibly quickly. We see it across so many different sectors. Entertainment, like Disney. Manufacturing, like Foxconn or Hitachi. Pharmaceuticals with Lilly. SAP, TSMC, it shows how versatile it is.
Yeah.
And how critical it's becoming for, next-gen AI development and deployment.
That rapid adoption across such different fields is really striking. And the press release, it gives some amazing specifics on this AI race. The NVIDIA RTX Puro 6000 Blackwell Server Edition GPU that's coming to major enterprise servers. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned the names already, Disney, Foxconn, Hitachi, Hyundai, Lilly, SAP, TSMC. Those are the early adopters.
Yeah.
Huge players.
Yeah, it spans everything.
And it's global too, not just corporations. NVIDIA is working with European nations, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, the UK, working with tech leaders there to build out Blackwell AI infrastructure. They're even creating the world's first industrial AI cloud. specifically for European manufacturers.
Interesting. An industrial AI cloud.
Yeah, the goal is fueling the region's next industrial transformation, as they put it. Plus, they're expanding NVIDIA DGX Cloud Lepton, connecting European developers to their global compute system.
So it's a very concerted effort to embed this technology globally across different types of organizations. It really does seem like Blackwell is more than just a chip. It's a cornerstone for these massive AI projects everywhere. The performance gains, sure, but also the breadth of adoption. It suggests they're not just keeping pace with the AI revolution, they're actively setting the pace.
Setting the pace, yeah. And the innovation details are pretty deep too. They're collaborating on building and accelerating these advanced AI supercomputers. We're talking huge systems. Doudna in the US, Jupiter and Blue Lion in Germany, Isambard in the UK, Fugaku Next-T in Japan. These are like national level projects.
Pushing the absolute limits.
Absolutely. And the performance benchmarks back it up. Blackwell delivered the highest performance on every MLPerf training benchmark. That's the industry standard for AI training speed.
That's a significant claim across the board.
Right. And they give an example. OpenAI's GPT-OS 120B model achieving 1.5 million tokens per second on a single Blackwell GB200 NVL72 system.
Which is essentially a prepackaged supercomputer rack, right?
Exactly. It's not just one chip. It's this integrated rack scale system built for massive scale. Mind-boggling speed. They're even innovating on the technical formats. NVFP4. It's a new 4-bit format designed specifically to speed up AI inference, that's the processing after training.
Making the models faster in actual use.
Yeah, especially for these huge language models. Better latency. And it's not just compute. The partnership with Novo Nordisk and DCAI for drug discovery.
That could have huge real-world impact.
Totally. Shows the breadth, from pure tech specs to solving major challenges.
That's right. The performance is one thing, but how it's being applied is maybe even more compelling. It's not just making current AI faster. It feels like it's unlocking new areas for R&D. That cross-sector application is, a sign of really foundational tech.
Okay, so data center, Blackwell, clearly the powerhouse. Dominant. But what's fascinating, as you hinted, is how NVIDIA's core tech radiates outwards. It's transforming other big industries too. They're definitely not a one-trick pony. Let's look at some of those other growth areas, starting with gaming.
Still a huge market for them.
Huge. And still growing fast. $4.3 billion in revenue this quarter. That's up 14% from Q1 and a massive 49% year over year.
49%? Wow.
Yeah, a big driver. The GeForce RTX 5060, Blackwell powered, of course. They say it's their fastest ramping by 60 class GPU ever. So, strong consumer demand for the latest graphics.
That 60 series is usually the mainstream sweet spot, so that's significant.
Exactly. And it's not just hardware sales.
Yeah.
Their software, DLSS4.
The AI upscaling.
Right. Uses AI to boost frame rates, improve image quality. It's in over 175 games and apps now. Coming to big upcoming titles like Borderlands 4, Resident Evil Requiem, Phantom Blade Zero. It really sets a standard for how games look and perform.
It's become almost expected in major PC releases now.
Totally. And cloud gaming. Blackwell's coming to GeForce now too. They're adding an install to play feature, doubles the library to over 4,500 titles. Pretty cool.
Making cloud gaming more seamless.
And then there's the AI PC angle. NVIDIA partnered with OpenAI for their new open-weight models, optimized specifically for RTX GPUs, so you can run powerful AI locally on your desktop, using tools like Llama, Llama.cpp, Microsoft AI, Foundry Local.
Bringing that power down to the individual user, not just the cloud.
Exactly, making advanced AI much more accessible.
What's really striking when you look at gaming, ProViz, auto, it's the consistent double-digit growth pretty much across the board. It just highlights how adaptable their core tech, the GPU architecture, the AI platforms really is. Essential for gaming, yes, but also for complex design and now autonomous systems. And that integration of AI into gaming with DLSS, with local inference, it shows this strategy of embedding AI everywhere in their stack, expanding their influence well beyond just the data center.
Okay, let's touch on professional visualization then. Revenue was $601 million. Still solid growth, up 18% quarter over quarter, 32% year over year.
So very healthy growth there.
Yeah, this is crucial for designers, engineers, architects. They launched new RTX PRO cards, the 4000 SFF and 2000 Blackwell GPUs, more options for pros, and a big partnership announcement, expanding work with Siemens to digitalize the manufacturing factory of the future. That sounds ambitious.
Very. Connecting the digital twin concept with real-world automation. That's a huge industrial play.
And they're pushing Omniverse too. New libraries and SDKs to speed up physical AI development, letting people build and simulate these complex virtual worlds for testing robots, cars, you name it.
Funverse is their platform for building sort of metaverses for industrial use, essentially.
Right, and that brings us nicely to automotive and robotics. Revenue here, $586 million, up only 3% quarter over quarter, but a really significant 69% year-over-year growth.
69% year over year. That points to serious momentum building in that space.
Definitely feels like it. Their full-stack NVIDIA Drive AV software platform is now in full production. That's a big step for deploying intelligent transportation, safer cars.
Moving from development to actual deployment is key.
And they got some recognition too. Won the end-to-end driving at scale category at the Autonomous Grand Challenge for the second time.
Shows leadership in that autonomous driving space.
On the hardware side, initial shipments of the Drive AGX Thor chip have started. That's their next-gen automotive brain. And for robotics, the Jetson AGX Thor developer kit and production modules are now generally available.
So developers can start building with that new powerful Jetson chip.
Yeah, powering potentially millions of robots across different industries. And they're supporting it with software too, the Halo safety platform for robotics development, and new NVIDIA Cosmos World Foundation models to help build and train these robots faster.
It's a very comprehensive approach, hardware, software, simulation tools, the whole stack. And again, these aren't just separate projects. The ProViz work with Siemens, Omniverse, the automotive and robotics suite. It's all built on that same foundation of AI and accelerated computing. This multi-sector success story really shows how NVIDIA's core innovations are finding homes everywhere. It suggests they're not just component suppliers anymore. They're providing like the fundamental building blocks for entirely new kinds of industries.
That's a great way to put it, building blocks. Okay, let's shift gears slightly. We need to look at some specific operational details too, and how NVIDIA is navigating, well, some tricky market dynamics. The report was very clear about H20 sales to China.
Ah, yes, the export control situation.
Right, it explicitly states no H20 sales to China-based customers in Q2. Instead, they benefited from releasing $180 million of previously reserved H20 inventory and about $650 million in unrestricted H20 sales to a customer outside of China. There was also a non-GAAP adjustment tied to this because of the U.S. government license rules.
So this directly answers that question about geopolitical impact, doesn't it? They're explicitly stating no sales to China for that specific chip, and they're adjusting their finances and outlook accordingly, which was a very direct response to the regulations. But crucially, they're still showing that massive growth, even with that restriction, which speaks volumes about the demand elsewhere and maybe their ability to pivot.
Yeah, their agility seems key here. Okay, moving beyond product and geopolitics, shareholder value. They returned a lot of cash to shareholders in the first half of the fiscal year, $24.3 billion.
Huge number.
Through share buybacks and dividends. And they just proved another $60 billion share repurchase authorization with no expiration date.
60 billion more.
Plus the regular quarterly dividend, which is 0.01 cents per share post-split.
That level of buyback authorization, on top of what they've already returned, it signals immense confidence from management, confidence in their long-term value, their cash generation, even while navigating these external pressures like export controls. It's a strong signal.
Definitely. And looking ahead, the Q3 outlook reflects that confidence too. They're forecasting revenue of $54.0 billion, plus or minus 2%.
Another step up from Q2's $46.7 billion.
Exactly. And crucially, they state this outlook assumes no H20 shipments to China.
They're baking that restriction right into the forecast.
Yep. They also expect gross margins to remain very strong. GAAP around 73.3%, non-GAAP 73.5%, plus or minus 0.5%. And they expect to exit the year with non-GAAP margins in the mid-70s range.
So that Q3 outlook, projecting $54 billion even without those China H20 sales and maintaining those very high gross margins, it just suggests the core demand for their main AI and accelerated computing stuff remains incredibly strong. Strong enough to keep driving growth despite hitting these specific market access walls. It really points to a company that's, well, very agile and strategic in managing these global complexities. Though, the longer-term question remains about market fragmentation or competitors eventually emerging in those restricted markets. That's still out there.
That's a very important point for the future. So let's try to wrap this up. For you listening, what does this all mean? Our deep dive into NVIDIA's Q2 FY26 results, it really paints this picture of a company that's not just growing incredibly fast, but it's actively, fundamentally shaping the future. The future of AI, yes, but also several other key industries, from that unbelievable demand for Blackwell powering the data center boom, to all the innovation we saw in gaming, pro visualization, automotive robotics. Their influence is just undeniable right now. They're clearly, as Jensen Huang said, at the epicenter of this AI race, providing those foundational platforms, driving these orders of magnitude increases in training and inference performance.
Yeah, and if we really connect this to the biggest picture, NVIDIA diving so deep into all these different applications, it isn't just about selling more chips. It feels like it's about enabling what they call the next industrial transformation. And that raises a really important question for you, I think. As NVIDIA's technology becomes more and more pervasive, I mean, it's building supercomputers, it's powering self-driving cars, it's digitalizing factories, how fundamentally is that going to accelerate the pace of change in our everyday lives? And maybe more interestingly, what completely new industries might pop up, or which existing ones might get totally reshaped because these foundational AI tools are now available. It's really a testament to the idea that innovation isn't just about raw speed anymore. It's about strategically embedding these powerful capabilities in ways that unlock completely new possibilities across the entire global economy. Food for thought.